Right then, welcome back everyone to Planet Faz, and let's talk about what really happened yesterday. Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. I'll be breaking down some of the key points of the game and highlighting it today. Number 1, team spirit, overreacting crowd online and Old Trafford crowd. Right, first thing first, the team 2-0 down after 4 minutes. I'm expecting head drop FC, but guess what? It was not head drop FC. It was head high FC. It was calmer FC. The players stuck in there and they fought and they stuck to their game plan. They kept attacking. They kept playing to their strengths. And eventually we got 1 back, 2 back, and then the 3rd goal. This is key. The fact that the players can find a solution in games like such is very important. The next point, fans overreacting online. Like I've said this many a times, we just need to stay calm. Now, on average, we're going to be playing around 100 minutes a game with this new added time rule. Nottingham Forest scored 2 goals in the first 4 minutes. There's still 90 plus minutes of game left in Old Trafford with Marcus Rashford on the left. Martial is still on the pitch. Like, there are good players on the pitch. The fact that people started overreacting, the amount of fucking shit I saw about Ten Hag out was absolutely baffling. Absolutely astounding. Imagine what these fans would have said when Sir Alex Ferguson back in the day was coming back from 1-2, 3-0 deficit. I mean, all I have to reference is Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. When was it? 2001, when Manchester United came back from that 3-0 at halftime to make it 5-3. And the last point on this, Old Trafford crowd. When Eriksen scored that tap-in from Rashford, wow. The whole stadium absolutely erupted. You could just feel, I was in the stadium, right? And everybody around me, myself included, we all felt like we could end up winning this. Like, I don't know what just made us believe after the Eriksen goal, but we just knew that we're going to go in a relentless amount of attack and we're eventually going to score the 2nd goal and then go on to score the 3rd goal. The fact that we scored the 1st goal around 17th minute and then we scored early on in the 2nd half, that's it. That just got us believing. The fans were behind the freaking players, and that's what it's about. It's about staying united and pushing through these tough times. Number 2, Diego Dalo. Give him some credit. Oh my God. Every time, man, this guy plays out of his position and he manages to play and have a solid game. From going forward into the midfield to making tackles to making crucial block. Don't forget that crucial block later on in the game where I think Forest could have made it 3-2 or something like that. What a fucking block. I was sweating. The fact that we are even in a conversation between Diego Dalo and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we should be fortunate. The fact that we have 2 players who are fighting, who are good enough to fight for the same position, that's a good thing. Why do you have to belittle one player to make another player sound better? Number 3. On the other hand side, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This guy keeps going on level after level after level. Every game, he just starts showing a little bit more and a little bit of edge. It's like he's learned a little bit more from the last game. Yeah, the first 2 games were very shaky from the whole team. You know, one of them being very embarrassing, the Spurs game. But Bisaka now coming back, dropping shoulders on players, getting in forward, being aggressive. Obviously, defensively, he's solid. We all know that. But what I really liked is the intricate passing between him, Bruno, Anthony. I just want him to be able to cross a little bit better. You saw from the other side, Dalo with a left-footed cross that was so good. It was a little bit higher, sure, but what a cross that was from Diego Dalo with his weak foot. I just wish Bisaka could do something similar with his right foot from the right-hand side and be able to cross the ball from deep. That would be so good, especially when Rasmus Højlund now comes into this team. But yeah, Bisaka, what's a performance. I think he was like very close to man of the match. Number 4, set piece. What is going on with the guy who organizes our set piece? Who is our set piece coach? Why is Marcus Rashford and Anthony the last 2 when we are taking a corner? We're going to have to really have a knuckle down and think how we set up when it comes to set piece, especially when we're the ones taking the corner, because that's what happened when an opposition's countering you and you don't have defenders on as the last man. That's what happens. And I promise you, Erik Ten Hag is going to drill into this. Number 5. El Capitano, Bruno Fernandez. You know me, I criticize him heavily at times, but yesterday he was creme de la creme. I mean, people are already putting him in conversation of world's best and all of this. I don't want to go too far into that, but what I want to suggest based on yesterday's performance, I was so happy. The fact that he could remain and keep a consistent level of passing throughout the game, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's needed. Not 45 minutes of delicious passing and then 45 minutes of absolute shit show and hoofball and just shanking the ball everywhere. Keep it simple at times, spray the pass accurately, and that's what we need. We need him to start taking the ball over, start creating these chances over the top. The passing from him yesterday throughout the game was fabulous. Earlier on in the week, he put a post up on his Instagram with a video saying, other people's opinions don't matter to me, long as my own opinion is the most important thing, and long as I think highly of myself. It was some sort of video, but the reason why he posted that is because people were having opinions on him. It's because people were giving him a bit of stick. Or else, why would you make that post? You wouldn't put a post up like that if you're performing well. So clearly, it got to him, and he channeled that into the game, and that's what it's about. You know what it's about? It's about when a player gets criticized to go on the pitch and shut everyone up. That's what I love. I love passion, desire, character to show that in here you're locked in, and that's what Bruno did. So I gave him the man of the match, 100%, and I hope he can build on that going forward. Number 6. Erik ten Hag. Look, there's a lot of questions about Erik ten Hag and how he's been setting up the team and whatever, but I don't want to create an agenda. But well, Erik, I mean, you mentioned that the midfield is not the issue. You mentioned it blatantly in a press conference that midfield is not the issue. But as soon as we take out your star man signing Mason Mount and bring in the midfield trio of Bruno, Eriksen and Casemiro, wow, the team is just way more balanced. And you cannot expect Casemiro to do the job you want him to do, which is be that DM alone. He's not that player. He can't do it. And if you want that player, I don't know, go and find one in the market and pay 100 million. I wonder what is going to happen when Mason Mount comes back. I really do. Because like I say, this midfield trio of Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro, it works. And you could tell Bruno was so much more calmer. It's about being calm around the colleagues that you've played with and had so much success. The sheer amount of unbeaten run in Old Trafford between that three midfield was astonishing. So you're now adding Mason Mount, which is disrupting the rhythm of that three player, and it's causing friction and problem. Plain and simple. Mason Mount might be a good player, but Erik, please, we know you like to deceive us sometimes in press conferences, and I'm not buying it. With you saying midfield's not the issue, I'm not buying it. Number 7, Anthony Martial. Look, I'm not going to say too much on Martial. All I'll say is he's down on minutes. He needs minutes. And I think he's played, 75 minutes so far this season. You could clearly tell he's lacking match rhythm and speed. Maybe not fitness, but still, he needs to play more minutes to start gelling with the team. We played better with him in the middle and Rashford on the left, so kudos to him for that. But he had some couple of chances that he should be putting in the back of the net, but he's just not sharp enough yet. So Anthony Martial, okay, that's all I can say. Number 8. Now this might be controversial. I don't think it is. A lot of people actually starting to believe in me, but firstly, what I'll say is play the clip.
Varane cannot be our number 1 centre back next season. I've said it towards the end of the
Going with the injury concern?
Yeah, I'm not waiting for you to get injured for me to replace someone. I'm not. I'm having a solid back line with Luke Shaw being in his favoured position where he's most effective, with Bisaka and Dalo challenging for their position, and I'm having Martinez being exactly where he is, and I'm having a fantastic partner that can play with him week in, week out. The amazing thing with Varane and Lindelof would be is they can just come in and slot in certain games when they need to, and that's how it needs to be. It doesn't need to be you swap a player when they're injured. You swap a player because you need to rest someone because there's a cup run coming or etc. That's how it should be.
Right. I told you guys that Varane can't be our starting player this season, and it is nothing to do with his ability. It is nothing to do with his class. He's a top class, world Cup winning, Champions League winning player, top of the top, 100%. But you don't drive your Rolls Royce everywhere every day, do you? Not unless you have 10 Rolls Royces. And we don't. We've got one Rolls Royce. So let's protect him. Let's play him in big occasions. Let's not just willy-nilly use him in every game. Because what just came out yesterday is he's complaining. He is complaining that he can't play certain amount of games. And he's probably complaining about the length of games and the fatigue and the niggles. Come on, just be honest with yourselves. It's nothing to do with his abilities. He's a fantastic player when he's on the pitch, but there's no point of playing a player until he needs a service and MOT and he breaks down. And that brings me on to number 9, Victor Lindelof. Lindelof, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for staying. Thank you so very much for finding that ice in your veins, because first thing he did when he came onto the pitch at halftime is made a darting run to help us not concede a goal when Nottingham Forest put the ball over the top and their striker was through. And I am predicting here that Victor Lindelof is going to end up playing a lot of minutes because we won't be able to simply rely on Raphael Varane. Again, nothing against Varane. Calma, people. Love Varane, but just have to be logical and think of what's better for the team. Lastly, number 10, Anthony Santos. Get off his fucking back. Leave him the fuck alone. What is wrong with people? Why are they constantly... does it turn you on to belittle and bash your own players? Okay, we can be critical, but the sheer amount, like the absolute sheer amount of criticism and howlers that we get on Anthony is not needed. It's borderline abuse at one point, like calling him fake Brazilian, this, that, the... It's like, it's too much. Honestly, it's too much. He's 23 fucking years old. What is wrong with you people? And you know what? At least he fucking helps his fullback. Rashford don't even do that. Rashford, he pulls his socks up if he loses a ball. He doesn't feel like he wants to track back. He's lethargic at times. A player that's fighting and putting everything on the pitch, trying to take a player on, and also going down the byline and whipping the ball in. Martial could have given him an assist, and he lost out on an assist. Even making the keeper make really good saves. What is wrong with you? Yes, he gives the ball away. Yes, at times his decision making is poor. But patience. He's not stunk up the gaff. And the price tag thing. People hold his price tag over him like it was his decision. Like he wanted to be a 90 million euro player. It ain't his fucking decision. Go blame the board. They dilly-dallied about, delayed the deal, and Ajax held us for ransom. It is not Anthony's fault. Oh, and yes, okay. Why did the board pay the money? Well, that's your manager. Eric Ten Hag wanted him. So if you want to back the manager, back his players as well. Simple. Especially the ones that play. Like, okay, if Anthony was dropped and Pellistri comes in, I would understand. I'd get it. But Pellistri's not coming in and he's adamant to play Anthony and we're winning games. We won yesterday. We came back. I actually thought he was going to get an assist or a goal, but it's a shame. Last game as well, we hit the post. I mean, please, people, just get off his back. Ease off a little. The season is long. It's only third game. But anyways, look, that's the end of the video. Whether you enjoyed it or not, make sure to comment down below because I always love listening to people's opinions. Football is an opinion-based sport, and it's all about perspective. I'm not wrong, you're not right, and that's how it is. But yeah, listen, I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure if you want to subscribe, please do, and like the video as well if you enjoyed it. If not, like I say, comment down below, and I'll try and read some of them out on the next video. But peace, people. Take it easy.